Hi, thank you for choosing AtHome Medical. My name is Kim and I'm a respiratory therapist, and today we are going to discuss and show you an instructional video on how to put together your CPAP machine and how to put on your mask properly, and some cleaning techniques as well. So once you get the bag, I want you to inspect everything that's in the bag. So in the zippered compartment, you will see there's a little sign for a hose. This is where you're going to pull out the CPAP tubing or hose. In the next compartment, you're going to find a humidifier, and we're going to pull the humidifier chamber out. Here is where you'll find your CPAP machine, and also this will show you where your tubing is, or your plug, sorry. So what we want you to do is take everything out of the plastic first and lay it on the counter. You're going to take the plug and insert it into the back of the machine. Then you will take the other side of the box that you inserted the plug into the machine, and you will plug in the other side of the cord. So as you notice, you have a lot of cord, so you have a lot of footage here for your cord to plug into an outlet. Do that. So with any medical device, you want to always plug your cord straight into a wall outlet. You do not want to have it on any type of extension cord. So that's the first thing. So you're going to take your humidifier, and right on the front you can see a max fill line and two other lines. The max fill line is where you want to place distilled water. If you do not have any distilled water, you can always boil and cool water for the time being, but distilled water is what's recommended. You're going to lift the humidifier chamber by putting your finger under here and snapping it up. And then you push down until you hear a click. You then place the humidifier chamber into the machine. There is no release button and there's no click. You're just pushing it all the way in so it's flush against the machine. Then to take it out, you're going to hold the machine at any point, push down, and just wiggle it out of the chamber from the machine. If you go towards the back of the machine, there's a little notch here you're going to put your finger in. You pull this down and you will find a filter. Filter comes out once a week, and you dust the filter off. You do not place this filter in any type of water. Goes back either way, sits on the little square, and it clicks in. Okay. Now, there could be two types of tubing that your doctor might have recommended. This is what standard comes with the machine, and this is called a climate line tubing. So we'll go through both. If the doctor did not order climate line tubing, this will come with a little elbow that you will place in the back of the machine. It can only go one way, so the bigger end will fit directly into the machine. This will allow the tubing to move with you at night. Either end of this tubing is exactly the same, and one end you place on top. Now, I'm going to remove this one and show you the climate line tubing. So the climate line tubing is different. You will not have an elbow. You have a connection that will go in to make it click. This will also move with you at night. To take it apart, you squeeze the sides and you pull back. Now, this tubing is all heated and coiled inside, so it will separate temperature and humidification from the point of the machine to the mask at your site. So it should give you the proper temperature and humidification. Whereas this is cooled tubing, but it'll draw from room air, from what's the relative humidity in the room, and it'll give you what you need as far as humidification. So right now, since everybody does not always get the climate line tubing, we're gonna go back to the standard. On the side of this machine, you will already have placed in, there'll be a little SD card. That card will stay in the machine. That's what the doctor's gonna wanna see when you go to see your doctor. When you take it apart, you will pull it back, click on it like a camera card, and then when the doctor gives it back to you, you will put it back into the machine. This is our home page. Most people think it's touchscreen, but it is not. So anything with an arrow is facing this big knob. You're going to have it highlighted in blue, and that's the program you will be using when it's in blue. So right now I'm in the My Options program. I'm going to push the big button. Now, we usually will set, as respiratory therapists, a ramp time. We can either do auto, or we can set an actual time for you that you will stay on a certain pressure, or you will start at a certain pressure and ramp up to the pressure that the doctor recommends. We usually set that for you. You don't really have to worry about that too much. This is very important. If you have the slimline or standard tubing, you can control your humidification. So we usually start at a pressure of a humidifier of 4. It goes up to 8. The lowest you could go is 0, which we don't recommend, but we start everyone in the middle at 4. So if you're getting a dry throat, you're gonna raise your number up. If you're getting too much moisture and there's water at your mask, water in the tubing, you're gonna dump water out of the tubing and lower the number down. So this is your number that you're gonna play with to make yourself comfortable. We will already have set the mask that you choose, or the mask that you have been fit for from the doctor. If you're getting this at home right now, we could run a mask test and show you how to do it. Run a warm-up just means if you press this dial, it's going to heat your humidifier up a little quicker. That's recommended mostly for winter time when it's a little colder out and you want to really heat your tubing a little quicker, or your humidifier. And our airplane mode stays off because there is a wireless device inside that we as a company have to monitor you for insurance purposes. So we have to make sure that you are using your machine. This looks like a house. So if you want to go back to our 2 boxes, you press that, and there's our 2 boxes, which is our home page. Sleep report. I'm going to press it. This page is what you're going to see every day when you shut your machine off. The hours you would have slept with it last night. If your mask is smiling at you, it means that it's sealed. If it's red, it just means that there was something leaking on your face, and there's nothing wrong with the machine. You just adjust your mask, make it a little tighter. Humidifier should always smile. If there's a red face, that means there's something not working with your humidifier and the heating plate. And then there's an app in your case called My Air. So if you have an iPhone, you can put it over the top of this page, the QRS, and it'll take you to an app called My Air. If it's an Android phone, you can go to the App Store, go to ResMed My Air, and get the app. So this is a report that you can see on your phone every day as to how you're doing. This also gives some other videos on it too, and it'll show you how the machine is working for you. This little pamphlet I call the quick guide. So it's every piece and every window I'm discussing. So if you don't find it, what you're looking for here, you'll find your answers in the big book, and you have the first one on the list. This one is the auto set, if this is the machine you're getting, the S10 auto set. Now, your start and stop button is on top. Very, very important. Green means off. There's only power going to it. Once it's turned on, it turns white. Then when you start to use the therapy, all these lights will go out for the night, and that's normal. There's nothing wrong with the machine. It's not broken. So what I'm gonna do is just turn it on so you can see what it looks like. There's your white light. Now the machine is on. The screen right now is showing you pressures on the top. So right now this patient is set for 4 to 20 auto set. The lights are gonna go out, and that's normal. So if you see pressures in the right-hand corner, those are your pressures that the doctor has recommended for you. On the bottom, this is automatically gonna auto set your ramp. So if you start to have an event, then the ramp will kick off and the pressure will increase to stop you from having your bad event. And at the bottom here is your humidifier level. So right now we have your humidifier level on 4, so that's telling you that's your humidifier. That is not your pressure. Pressure is always in the middle. When I shut the machine off, you will see that green light. You'll see your page right now that you'll see every day from Sleep Report. In the corner, in the right-hand corner, you will see a little flashing snowflake. That just indicates there's air coming out for about an hour to cool the machine completely down. That is normal. The machine is off. Remember, green means off. Now, for cleaning the machine, you want to take this tubing, this water chamber, dump this in regular dish detergent and water, mild dish detergent and water. You're gonna rinse this out really good with warm water. You're going to hang your tubing over your shower bar, let it drip dry for the day, so all the particles of water come out of it. Whatever tubing it is, you can do the same thing with. And the humidifier, you can always let air dry and then fill your water chamber up when you start your therapy at night. Now, remember the filter on the side. You're going to check that once a week too. So that's your cleaning guide. That should all be in with any type of paperwork if anything is sent from us.